Have you ever been tormented by that relentless pull of unfinished business? The kind that tugs at your soul, like a loose thread on a cherished jersey, urging you to weave back the pieces of a story left incomplete and transform a painful parting into a glorious homecoming that reignites the spark of what could have been? That's the magnetic draw stirring within Oilers Nation right now, as whispers grow that Edmonton is eyeing a daring reunion with Dylan Holloway. The dynamic for we let slip to the St. Louis Blues, leaving us a question if bringing him back could mend the offensive gaps that haunted our last season and propel us toward a redemption we've craved since that fateful offer sheet. Welcome back to Oilers Update, your enduring compass for the orange and blue legacy. I'm your host, embracing the pull of this potential full-circle moment with a heartfelt resonance it deserves. Today, October 23rd, 2025, we're unraveling the buzz around Holloway's possible return, from the regret over not matching St. Louis' 2024 offer sheet to proposed trade package, and why this bold move could redefine our forward depth. This isn't mere nostalgia. It's a strategic pivot that taps into our history, honors our roots, and positions us for a future where every loose end ties into victory. Let's trace the threads, explore the possibilities, and envision a Holloway homecoming that feels like destiny. Because in oil country, the stories we cherish most are the ones we fight to rewrite, turning what if into welcome back. Let's begin by threading back to the origins of this unfinished tale, revisiting the moment Dylan Holloway became the one that got away, and how his explosive growth in St. Louis has amplified the Oilers' quiet regrets, setting the stage for a potential redemption arc that could reshape our lineup. Selected by Edmonton in the first round, 14th overall, of the 2020 NHL Draft, Holloway was seen as a cornerstone prospect. A 6'1", 203-pound winger blending speed, physicality, and scoring touch, honed at the University of Wisconsin, where he tallied 17 goals in 23 games as a sophomore. His early Oilers tenure showed flashes. In 2023-24, he contributed 6 goals and 9 points in 38 games, with underlying metrics like a 54% Corsi and 1.8 expected goals per 60 hinting at untapped potential. But when the Blues tendered a 2-year for $0.58 million offer sheet in August 2024, Edmonton, capped out and prioritizing defense with moves like signing Jeff Skinner, chose not to match, receiving a second and third round pick instead. It seemed pragmatic at the time, preserving flexibility amid our finals push, but hindsight reveals the cost. Holloway erupted in St. Louis, notching 26 goals and 63 points in 77 games last season, ranking second on the Blues in scoring and forming a lethal duo with Robert Thomas. Their combined 45 even-strength goals propelled St. Louis to a wild-card spot. His game evolved into a complete package, averaging 17:45 ice time, delivering 2.1 hits per game, and converting at a 14.2% shooting rate, earning praise from coach Craig Berube as a driver of our offense. For the Oilers, who finished last season with inconsistent secondary scoring, our bottom six averaged just 1.6 goals per game, ranking 22nd league-wide. Holloway's absence stung, especially in playoffs where depth faltered. We scored under 2 goals in 4 of 7 finals losses. Insiders like Frank Saravalli from Daily Faceoff note Edmonton's internal discussions have heated up, with GM Stan Bowman, who succeeded Ken Holland, acknowledging the miscalculation. We prioritized cap space, but Dylan's growth shows he was ready to contribute here. The proposed trade from Heavy Sports. Matt Savoy, our 2022 9th overall pick, with 45 AHL points last year. Troy Stecher, a reliable depth defender with 142 blocked shots career-wide, and a 2026 third-rounder, offers a blueprint, balancing you for St. Louis. Rebuild while reclaiming Holloway's familiarity with our system. Building on that foundation, let's weave in the tactical and emotional tapestry of why Holloway's return makes profound sense for the Oilers, addressing our offensive inconsistencies, while rekindling the bonds that made him one of our own from the start. At 23, Holloway is entering his prime, with a skill set tailor-made for our high-octane style. His blistering speed, top speed of 23 miles per hour in bursts, complements Connor McDavid's rush plays, while his physical edge, 1.9 hits per game last year, adds grit to lines alongside Leon Draisaitl or Zach Hyman. Analytics paint a compelling picture. Holloway's 2.4 expected goals per 60 ranked top, 15 among left wingers, and his 55% zone entry success rate could boost our transition game, which dipped to 48% in last playoff's low-scoring affairs. Imagine him slotting into our second line. Touch Dylan Holloway. If we land touch 2, or reuniting with former teammates like Ryan McLeod, traded but emblematic of our youth core. Emotionally, it's a homecoming story that tugs at the heartstrings. Holloway, a Calgary native who idolized the Oilers growing up, has spoken fondly of his time here, telling The Athletic last year, "Edmonton felt like home. I learned so much from the vets." His relationship with McDavid, they trained together in summers, and Draisaitl could foster instant chemistry, injecting morale into a locker room that's battled through 2 finals heartbreaks. Experts like TSN's Ray Ferraro endorsed the fit. Holloway's dynamism is what Edmonton missed. Depth scoring without sacrificing defense. The trade package is feasible. Savoy, a skilled center with 25 goals in junior last year, gives St. Louis a high upside prospect. Stecker's veteran presence, he's played 500-plus NHL games, stabilizes their blue line, and the pick adds future value. Challenges persist. St. Louis's $25 million cap space allows them to extend Holloway, projected at $5 to $6 million AAV over 5 years. And Berube's public praise, he's core to our identity, suggests reluctance. Yet if extension talks stall, perhaps over term, as Holloway seeks security amid his breakout, Edmonton could pounce, leveraging our contention status to appeal to his cup aspirations, expanding the narrative to the broader implications. Pursuing Holloway's return isn't just a roster tweak. It's a bold statement of accountability, with the Oilers in front pass oversights to fortify our championship blueprint and ensure no talent slips away again. Our 6-1 start to season masks underlying issues. Secondary scoring has improved. 2.1 goals from bottom 6. But slumps like our recent 2-1 win over Seattle exposed vulnerabilities when McDavid, 16 points, and Draisaitl, 9 goals, are contained. Holloway's 63-point pace would rank him third on our team, diversifying threats and easing pressure on stars, much like Jordan Eberle's role in our 2017 playoffs. League parallels abound. Colorado's reacquisition of Andrei Burakovsky in 2022 added depth for their cup. Similarly, Holloway could be our catalyst, pushing our projected 108-point season toward 115+. Risks include overvaluing sentiment. Savoy's potential, he's compared to Brayden Point, is steep to surrender, but the upside is immense. His 12 playoff points last year with St. Louis, including 4 goals, proved postseason mettle, addressing our finals 2.57 goals per game average. Fan sentiment is electric. Polls on Oilers Nation show 80% support for move, viewing it as righting a wrong and a nod to our draft and develop ethos. Internally, Bowman's aggressive style, evidenced by the Ingram trade, suggests readiness. If Blues talks falter by the holiday break, expect a push. This pursuit embodies redemption, not dwelling on the offer sheet regret, but channeling it to rebuild stronger, ensuring our core, bolstered by Holloway's return, dominates the West against foes like Colorado and Vancouver. As we face Dallas Saturday, it's a litmus test for our depth. Holloway's potential addition could make such game statements a supremacy. In weaving together the threads of this Holloway reunion buzz, we've traced a path from regret to renewal, envisioning a return that mends old wounds, enhances our attack, and pulls us closer to the cup we pursued with unyielding passion. The unfinished business calls, reminding us that the greatest stories in hockey are those reclaimed with heart and hustle. If this heartfelt exploration of Holloway's potential homecoming has tugged at your sense of unfinished business, yearning for that triumphant rewrite, tie it off with a like to complete the circle. Let's thread the comments with your reunion dreams. What package would you offer the Blues, and how would Holloway transform our lines? Weave your visionary threads below, and subscribe to stitch every Oilers story together. Until the next pull, keep the connection strong.